Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We are going to be taking a look at the ICP Internet Computer price chart one more time, just one more time, because yeah, I know that there is a lot of things which are going right on in this market and people are actually scared of whatever is happening in the market. To be honest with you, no specific reason why the market is dumping. It's just that it's that time of the year when the market is dumping and it's just doing that and people are losing their ever-loving minds. But we are going to be taking a look at ICP, as I said, because I think that a lot of people are pointing to something like $5, that ICP is going to drop all the way to something like $5. And let me quickly show you where they are, taking a look at their price target right there. So I mean, they are considering this to be a head and shoulders pattern. I think I mentioned this in my last update, but I think that on the internet it's actually getting much more steam, right? So I hear a lot of people saying that if you just measure the technical price target of this, which obviously is from the top of the hair to the neckline, you are going to realize that ICP drops all the way down to something like $5 or even below that. So let me quickly tell you what I think about this. I think that for me, I say not so fast, right? I think that there are still some support levels that we have to go through, and yeah, the condition is just not there for me. Like, for me as a trader, as an investor, what I usually do is I buy support levels, I sell resistance levels, and I'm really trying to see where a resistance level is here for ICP. I really can't see anything. The only thing that I'm seeing is actually like a very big support level, which obviously has got a background of this spike of accumulation patterns. You guys, if you have been following me on my channel, you know that I'm really big on this kind of accumulations, because really that's the most bullish pattern that you can ever come across in the market. And so I believe that ICP is headed for a very strong support. And let me quickly quote those lines. But before we do that, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for ICP Internet Computer Protocol updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I want to encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on ICP and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much, let's get back into the price. So I mentioned this spike of accumulation pattern here, and yeah, I know a lot of people are saying that you have been saying this time and again, right? But take a look at this. I mean, the makeup of the spike of accumulation itself, just to break this resistance here, takes about something like 600 days. That's a year and something, a year, 8 months, almost 2 years right there. And now we have broken out of the whole thing. We are trying to backtest here. It's been something like 4 months or so. Yeah, and people are losing their ever-loving mind because of the time this whole thing is dragging. But I really think that ICP is so bullish that a lot of people are not realizing it. This happens time and again with this kind of new projects, and we all know that at the beginning ICP was obviously manipulated by the FTX thing and whatever the case may be. But at the same time also, the tokenomics really weren't that great. I'm happy that we are getting closer and closer to the end of that. And the good thing also about ICP is like a lot of the supply is actually locked up. People believe in this thing. I mean, some people stake it for 8 years, whatever. So I think that we are not going to be seeing a bigger drop from here going all the way to something like $5. I really don't see that. I think that before anything happens here, we have to satisfy the breaking maybe something like $8.40. If we drop $8.40, then maybe I can get worried a bit. But even in that case, I will still need to see a bit more of confirmations, because I mean, imagine the whole thing breaks down all of a sudden. What you would expect obviously is some kind of a back test. But let me actually speak drawing what I'm trying to say. Let's say we break down like this, right? I would still expect something like a bounce here. Yeah, if I see that the market is looking very weak, maybe I'm selling this whole thing before it drops even further. But yes, so I don't see this happening. I don't see this as the most likely thing to be happening. I really expect this support level to hold here, and I still stand with my price targets of as high as something like $220, which, to be honest with you, I think is also an understatement on its own. But that's a story for another day. Let me quickly show you one chart that really has got the same thing with ICP going right there, and it's one chart that I'm gonna keep referring to time and again, because this chart actually explains the whole story about crypto, right? The whole story is explained right here. Take a look at this. This is a new project that is just hitting the market. It pumps 15x in 1 day, 2 days, whatever the case may be, right? But I mean, take a look at this. Let me put this on a weekly time frame so that you can actually see this nice and easy. Okay, now pumps 15x in 2 days, drops 98% over a period of how many days is that? Like, let's actually go ahead and try to measure that. So from here to the very bottom, that's 637 days. 637 days just going to the downside, only for this whole thing to pump 700x. Let's quickly see how long it took to pump 700x compared to the 637 days that it took. So this is what, to the peak, only what, 133 days. So I mean, take a look at this. We are spending like most of our time going sideways or to the downside relative to what we are going. I mean, if you want to go like percentage wise, as I'm saying, this is really the story of crypto, left, right, and center. Open any other chart that you want, you're going to realize that we are spending much of our time accumulating or going sideways or dropping like a rock, obviously, right? And we have to pump at some point, right? So we were saying 133 days to accumulate, sorry, to pump 700x relative to what, 637 days. That's this whole thing it took. So it only like 21% of the time it was pumping. So if you are thinking that it's gonna be interesting holding ICP for the long run, you're wrong. You're really wrong. This chart is even great. I mean, this is 700x, right? But I mean, look at these are weeks, right? All these weeks only for this whole thing to pump in 4 weeks after torturing people like this. So I mean, just to give you a pick me up if you are wondering what ICP is doing, I think that this really is the nature of the market. Moreover, this chart actually looks like what ICP is doing right at this point. I'm just going to pull up ICP here and show you where the similarities are. All right, so up here we've got ICP Internet Computer Protocol, and down here we have got Nosan. I mean, take a look at the nature, at how these new projects really behave. By the way, people forget that ICP is relatively a new project, and yeah, I'm really willing to give this thing time, right? It's gonna the story is being told right in front of our faces, right? And I just don't think that giving up right at this point is the right thing. Yeah, maybe it can fall to $5, but for me that's really too early to determine. And I really think that we have got a very strong support level to hold on to. One more thing that I wanted to show you guys was taking a look at the market cap of ICP Internet Computer, and I really think that let's see here, it's looking like the setup is one that is usually indicating a new all-time high. I mean, take a look at this massive wake of accumulation pattern down here, and yeah, even just a retrace of this whole thing is gonna look great, right? So I expect ICP eventually to reach something like $221 for this bull cycle, and even higher than that is very much possible because the project itself is great. So yeah, see you on the very next one. Remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button. See you on the very next one. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye.